everyone. Excuse me. In this episode, we're going to take a look at my shredder. For some reason, when you put the paper in, it's not turning on in auto. It will return in reverse, that is. Off, it won't turn on. In auto, it's not turning on. I have it unplugged right now because I'm going to take it apart. I just have the top part of it. I don't have the wastebasket part. On this, just a real quick tour. There's a flap here that covers the cutter so you can't injure yourself. And there's also on one of these sides, somewhere, where did you, oh, there you are. This right here, you see, yeah, this right here is a safety switch. You have to have this down in the container, and there's a little tab that'll push that up so that it can run. So I'm going to check this switch and try to clean this out in here and check that switch and see if I can get it running. Okay, with the top off, it's very interesting in here. There's a lot of old grease and everything on these gears, and you look here and they're shredding stuff in here, and here's the switch. I'm sure that whenever this goes down, this goes out and it allows it to spin. I bet. And that'll turn it off. I'm not sure what that does, but it turns it off. And this switch over here is the little one that whenever this moves up or down, it'll, wow, maybe it just pushes in. I don't know, I'll have to take a look at that later, but we got a safety switch here, and a small control board switch. Now, I could be wrong with this, but all of this paper that's jammed up in here may be what's causing the problem, because this switch cannot go down at all because of all the paper jam in here. I could be wrong with this, but my first thought is that I'm going to try to take all the shredded paper out. Whoa, plastic too. That probably is what got jammed. And I don't have a fast forward, so oh yeah, this is going to take a little while. So I'll save you all the heartache of watching the whole thing. Alrighty then. This is everything, well, most of everything that I got out of there. Yeah, you can see that there. There's a lot of plastic in here, which is probably what gummed up the switch. You can see, whoops. Hello. Oh yeah. The switch can move. This probably goes around, and whenever nothing's in it, it'll stop. So it'll stop right there. Okay, so that looks like it's working. Okay, so that would go down. This would start turning from the shaft, and as long as something's in there, this will just turn, and then whenever nothing's in there again, this will go, and then the switch opens and it stops. So this should be working. This little side switch here, there's no arm on it. Like this one has an arm. The arm's gone, and it's just this little black piece which pushes in. And there was a piece of paper in there also, so that might have been a minor problem. Now, these wires, I wonder if they're supposed to go here on the outside on this standoff. Yeah, they seem to fit down there pretty well. Keeps everything out of the way. We'll keep these wires out of the way, and I'll put it back together and we can test it. I'm only going to put 2 screws in to hold it together while I test it. I already put this one in, and I'm going to put the opposite corner in. Now what I always do is, whenever I put a screw in, I don't want to make new threads in plastic, because then after a while, whatever threads you have in there are going to be completely shredded out, and then you won't be able to secure the screw. So I turn this backwards until I feel it pop down. Yeah, right there. I don't know, could you hear that? So now whenever I tighten it, it's in the threads that are already there, and I won't be making new ones, and it gives it more strength for tightening. Okay, this is back together. Let me see if I have an open outlet, which I don't, but I'll unplug this for now. Plug the shredder in. I can, yeah, okay. Ground's on top. Door closed. Fingers won't get hurt. Now, this should not run. I should be able to turn this to reverse and nothing. Turn off, turn to auto, and nothing. Usually, whenever you go from off to auto, it'll spin for a little bit and then shut off. But since there's a safety switch here, and the safety switch isn't in, it won't run at all. Now again, the bottom's closed, so my finger should be okay. The switch is on. Let me put it in reverse. Okay, that ran. Let me put it in auto. Yep, and whenever this switch turned off, then the whole thing shut off. So it seems like it works. I do have some paper. Okay. So, I don't know, can you see this? Oh, and right here is that tab I told you about, that whenever you put this on top of here, that switch, this will push the switch in, which will allow it to work. Okay, so let me see. Can you see that? No, you cannot. So let's move you up here. Great. We'll put this in here. Okay, sometimes you have to, this is getting older, so sometimes you have to push it in. Okay, here's a piece of paper. Okay, it's a little bit rambunctious there, but it works. So this is now fixed, and I can finish shredding all those secret documents. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, and remember, treat others the way you want to be treated.